Is this thing working? Hey friends, it's me, Micah. This is the Homestead Bandwagon. Today I'm just going to talk about my favorite tools from 2025. Most of them came out in 2025. Some of them didn't. I'm not going to get into the weeds about that. This is just stuff that I acquired in 2025 that I thought was good, and maybe you would think is good too. Sponsored video thing up here because some of these I did get for free, some of them I didn't, but all of them have a special place in my heart. Let's start with my favorite screwdriver. Now this is one I know didn't come out in 25. This is the Klein Tools 32313 HD. One of their 1,000,001 screwdrivers, right? This is a ratcheting screwdriver. What I like about this is the bits it uses. So it's got some of these longer bits on it. The problem with most of these multi-bit drivers is that they've got a big fat neck here. Can you see that? For the bits to go in, and it gets in the way. So this one in the back holds extended length bits. Oops. That is the whole reason I like this thing better than any other driver on the market right now. It's been great for me because you can fit it into smaller spaces without that big bulbous end getting in your way. And I love a good ratcheting screwdriver, so this is the one I've been reaching for more than anything this year. Screwdrivers out of the way. We did it. The Klein screwdriver, I think, was the best this year, is this one. How about some wrenches? So this is a set of wrenches from Suzume. This is not a new invention. Okay, it's a flippy floppy head with a ratcheting wrench on either end. What I like about these is that they're super long. They are not super expensive. You can adjust the tension on the flippy floppy heads on the side. I wish they kind of like had a detent in them, but you can't get everything you want. But these kind of saved my butt this year. I was adjusting the doors on my Ford truck a lot, and these would just reach in there and let me adjust those doors in really small spaces. And really small, let's see if you can hear it. A really small, what do you call that, diameter between each click on this thing. So these wrenches, just for what they are, they come in a set. They're awesome for me this year. Everything I'm showing you here, I'll have links for it in the description of the video. Speaking of ratcheting and wrenches, I picked up this, this is a Work Pro powered 3/8 socket wrench. So replaceable batteries. It comes with two of them. It does all the things it should do. You can start it from way on the back. And that's what I really liked about this thing. This thing just came out. And there's tons of stuff like this on the market, but just this one for the money with two batteries and a charger and everything, it seemed worthwhile. And you can buy it on Amazon. But extended length, this thing is super long. I was just tearing apart this old table saw and had to really get deep inside it to pull some bolts out because I don't need the table saw part and just turning it into a workbench. This one I could reach way in there with that extended length, and just with a couple fingertips on here, get this thing started. So I really like the paddle is really easy to engage away from the back. If you don't have a powered wrench, it's time to get one. One of these powered socket wrenches is awesome. Now let's take a minute to talk about style in the shop. As you can tell, I'm a very stylish guy. This is a Bacomo welding shirt. So it's fireproof or fire resistant, arc resistant, and it's waterproof too. So I normally wear, here, let's see it being waterproof. Now water just flows right off it. So wearing this around the shop just seems like a good safety idea. I find it's pretty comfortable. It doesn't look too terrible, and it's good for protecting your arms from arcs and sparks when you're working. You can just roll up the sleeves when it's time to go out for a night on the town, I guess, and you're not going to look like a complete goofball. Right now I've got it on over my overalls. This is more like a shacket sized shirt. So, you know, I usually wear an extra large. This is an extra large. It's got a little room to work. So a shop shirt, I think, is really nice. You can just throw it on when you're doing something a little hazardous and then take it back off when you're done doing that hazardous thing. I really like these shirts from Bacomo. I've been wearing them for a while. They've been awesome. Okay, let's talk about this real quick. So I love the Knipex Mini Cobras. These are my pocket tool that's always in my pocket no matter where I'm at. Work Pro did come out with a copy of those. Everybody was showing them online. I ended up buying a set. They are actually pretty nice. I've got nothing to complain about with them. I'm keeping them in the toolbox next to me because I love my Knipex. But these ones almost feel like they grip down a little bit better. The little gearing in here on the Knipex can get a little funny when you're really bearing down on them. These ones have been holding really well, so China might have beat Germany on that one. But either way, these came out in 2025, and they're giving Knipex a run for their money. Awesome tool. Another EDC tool. This is called a slide winder. If you carry a utility knife on you, this thing just disappears in your pocket. I use it during the summer when I'm wearing my shorts and don't want something big weighing me down. Little utility knife with a little flathead screwdriver on one end and a little cheater Phillips head on the other. It's focus. There we go. It's like 3/4 of a Phillips head. It'll unscrew a Phillips head, no problem. It's made of metal, so it doesn't bend and break. The front end is plastic. You don't accidentally get this knife to hit you in the butt when you have it in your pocket because it's got a pretty good retention system. I don't know if this just came out this year, but it is one of my favorite tools, the Outdoor Edge Slide Winder EDC utility knife. This thing just disappears in your pocket. You can almost just shove it up in the side of your hat. How do I know? Because I did that when I was crawling around under something and needed this thing close at hand. Awesome tool this year. One other EDC, you wouldn't think this is an EDC tool. So this is the Klein Tools mini ratcheting driver set. I love mini ratcheting drivers. I love the icon that the Harbor Freight has. It's my favorite. This one just beat it. So mini ratcheting driver, extension for getting in smaller spaces, every stinking bit you could ever need. They're all impact rated. This is impact rated. This is just a fantastic stinking toolkit. I already love the other Klein ratcheting driver. I don't actually know where it is. I took it out of my toolbox, which I never thought I would, and replaced it with this one because look at how small this kit is. You can put it in your jacket pocket or in your pocket and just take it to work. I'm actually buying another one that I can just have with me at work because I'm always fiddling with stuff on my desk at work, like chainsaws that come in. This has every bit I would ever need to work on stuff like that. And it also has little bit adapters. So, man, it's cold in here and it's starting to rain. My fingers are freezing. This little adapter will let you use this thing with sockets too, little 1/4 inch sockets. So, yeah, I do consider this thing an EDC toolkit that you can just throw in your pocket and carry around with you. If you have the kind of job where you just need all sorts of little bits close at hand, this is it. It'll do it. And it is part of the Klein Tools, I should know the name of their box stuff, Connect and I don't know, whatever their modular box system is, this connects to all that stuff. So really cool little mini toolkit. I love these things. Almost forgot, flashlight of the year, the V-Tiger T1A, 1300 lumens, no flash strobe modes, no red lights, no UV lights, no puffery. It is not very big. It's got a magnetic back. It's got a clip so you can put it on your hat and go out and work at night. I carry this thing every day. I use it every night, even on high, using it about 15 minutes every night when I'm doing stuff around the place after I get home work. The battery lasts a whole week. V-Tiger T1A, I would say this is the best EDC flashlight of the year, especially when you see the price. What else we got here? Now, I'll tell you what, inverters. So I picked up one of these inverters. It works with a DeWalt battery. It doesn't come with a DeWalt battery. It comes with a fake DeWalt battery. This thing's just stinking awesome. It's got a little light on it, a couple of USB outlets, and a plug-in. So if you're plugging in a light or just something, or need to charge your phone, you know, while you're out working on the truck, just whatever, it's got a light built into it. and you can charge stuff on the go. You don't have to be near a power outlet. These are really inexpensive, just a cool thing to have around the shop or garage or whatever if you just need power somewhere and you already have DeWalt batteries. They do make them for other battery systems too. Speaking of things that use DeWalt batteries, I picked up this isn't a hot glue gun. This is a one-handed Sawzall. So this is like the Milwaukee Hacksaw, but it works with DeWalt batteries. If you've ever used one of these one-handed Sawzalls, they're just stinking awesome. This one works perfectly fine for what it is. It uses your existing DeWalt batteries. I'll put a link to this in the description because I don't know if DeWalt makes one of these one-handed Sawzalls yet. So go out and get what you got to get. Hot glue gun is right here. This thing just blew my mind. Hot glue gun that works on DeWalt batteries. Listen, I don't use a hot glue gun much because they're teeny tiny things. This thing's huge. Look at the size of this thing. It gets hot really fast. It glues stuff together. It uses your DeWalt batteries. You just set it up on the battery while it heats up, and this thing heats up fast. I started doing some laser cutting, like wood projects, making boxes and stuff. I've got one around here somewhere, and I kind of glue them together. Having a hot glue gun's nice for that. But really, gluing stuff together with hot glue works really nice. I already have DeWalt batteries, and this thing's a powerhouse. If you have a air compressor, this is my favorite thing I got this year for the air compressor. Yes, a hose reel, because I've got air here, but I want it over there, and I don't want to trip over this tangle of hoses anymore. This thing has been awesome. Built like a little tank as far as I can tell so far. Maybe not like industrial quality, but good enough for me. Let me show you the mower. So this is an OBD2 tool that saved my bacon recently. So I've got an older Ford, a 1995 old body style Ford truck that was having transmission problems. And 95 Fords didn't have regular OBD on them. But whoever had the truck before me put in a 1996 electrical system in it, at least as far as the OBD went. So it does have an OBD connector. The problem was none of my OBD sensors would read the codes on this thing. This mower costs more than your $50. It's under $200 right now. So it costs more than those cheapo OBDs, but this thing would scan. Okay, new version, great. Would scan. Oh, great. Lots of stuff going on. It's updating right now. It would scan all the OBD codes from different versions of OBD2, if that matters to you. And even then, the truck showed nothing. There was no code, but the truck was having problems. It wouldn't shift out of first gear. That's a problem. I need my truck to be able to function and get me to and from work. This thing ended up doing a scan on the PCM, the power control module, found some stored codes from the transmission in there, and I was able to figure out what was wrong and fix the thing. Couple $100 saved me from what I thought was spending thousands on a transmission, because if you take a truck like that in, that's just what they're going to tell you. Nope, new transmission, or they'll tell you they can't work on it. This does more than that. There's all these on-the-air updates you can get. It's having me do one right now, I guess. So I'm not going to show you all the features right now because I'm going to update it. But this thing scans every vehicle imaginable. American cars, Chinese cars, cars from the Middle East, cars from India. Ridiculous. It also does problem solving. It has a little AI in it. So if it's seeing multiple fault codes, it'll tell you, hey, you know what? Based on all this I'm seeing, this is probably your real problem. It seems to work. That's what it told me. It was like, hey, you know what? Based on everything I'm seeing here, check your vehicle speed sensor. I did. The thing works flawlessly. There's more stuff it does. If you have a newer, fancier car, it does ABS bleeding. It can reset your airbags if you're having problems with your airbag system, which a lot of people have been having. It'll reset oil change lights. Gosh, there's just so much stinking stuff it does on these cars. Some newer cars, you have to match the battery to the car. This will do battery matching. And the thing that could really mess people up is your DPF. If you have a truck with a diesel particulate filter, this one will trigger a regen mode for you, and reset that DPF. Worth its weight in gold for under 200 bucks if you tinker with cars. This thing, there's so much more that it does, but I'm just telling you, for the price you pay on this, it'll pay for itself the first time you use it. This is an awesome OBD that has all the features that you'd see in like something you'd buy off the Snap-on truck, but you're not paying that giant Snap-on price, and you don't have to have the Snap-on subscription, because that's where they get you, boys, is in the subscription. This does free over-the-air updates. You can even like download Chrysler, Stellantis, whatever they call themselves. They have some new thing, makes it so you can't fix your own cars. This thing will let you use it. Speaking of working on cars, I picked up some of these electrical disconnect pliers. This is for all those electrical connectors under the hood of your car where you're usually getting in there and pushing down with your screwdriver and then yanking the connector out and it breaks. This one presses down the connector, cradles the bottom of it, and pulls it out so you don't break it. I would show you how this works because it works really well, but I already broke all the connectors that I could find on my cars before I got to this thing, because I drive a lot of old beater cars that I work on myself. These electrical disconnect pliers are awesome. I have been using them on some tractors back at the shop that I work at. It works great on all sorts of electrical push and pull connectors. These things are so inexpensive. If you ever work on cars or think of working on cars, a pair of these is great. They make them in a 2-pack with one that's also a 90 degree. They're worth every nickel. Electrical disconnect pliers for Automotive, awesome. Now it's charging right now, but I picked up this robot mower this year. So this is the Lymow One. It's sitting in its docking station right now. I've done a couple videos with it. I'm going to be doing a couple more. This robot mower is really, really stinking nice to have around the property, because even though we've got the zero turn and it mows great and it mows the field and everything, the front areas I've got this thing mowing for us, it just does the job and gets it done. It's got tank tracks on it. This thing's a tough little mower. It's not perfect. They're still working out a couple kinks, but I think for most people who aren't using this thing in severe conditions, this is a great mower. It is not the cheapest robot mower on the face of the earth by any means, but it is robust. It goes through mud, goes up hills, drives over sticks. It's just one of the toughest robot mowers on the planet right now, in my opinion. You can watch some of my videos on this thing. If you've been thinking about getting a robot mower, they're getting better and better. I can tell you that this Lymow One has been getting the job done around here for mowing our front yards. So I don't have to. Getting close to the end. A couple more things that I think are really awesome. Everybody was going on and on and on about these handheld air blowers this year and last year. I picked this one up from Gulu. It has removable batteries, because of course your battery always runs out on you. This is a great air duster. It comes with a kit with all sorts of different nozzles on it. The nozzles are super easy to put on. Let's see, I gotta turn it on here. It blows really good. So cleaning off your desk, your workbench, cleaning off your table saw, whatever, this thing blows like the dickens. It's one of the higher priced one on the market for good reason. It comes with two batteries. They plug in under regular USB. You don't have to have an extra power adapter laying around to plug these in, thank God. And they charge in like 2 hours. Super fast charging on them. This Gulu air duster might be the best one on the market. I haven't compared it to all the other ones because I've already got some Gulu stuff here, some inflators. They've been holding up awesome under daily use. I'm sure this thing's fine, and it blows stuff all over the place. Awesome tool. Almost to the end here. This is a nut and bolt sizer. It's got nuts and bolts on it that you size nuts and bolts with. I'm always trying to figure out what size a nut or bolt is so I can go buy more of it. And I never remember to bring the nut or bolt with me, or I can't, or whatever. I size it up, put the size on my phone, go get what I need. And also when I'm organizing nuts and bolts, because I'm trying not to just carry them around in jelly jars and peanut jars anymore. This is helping me organize them and get them in the right slots. I bought these for work. At my workplace, we're always trying to size up nuts and bolts. This is awesome to keep them by on nuts and bolts bins. These have gotten to be really inexpensive. I'll have links to these in the description. You should just have one in your shop. It's the coolest thing in the world. Two more. WD-40 precision pen. This thing is awesome. I bought a ton of them. You take this thing and you paint the WD-40 wherever you want to paint it. Why am I not focusing today? I know you want to see my face, but you want to see this more. Yeah, just dab it on hinges and stuff that you need to move. I use WD-40 all the time, having it in pen form so I can just paint the WD-40 where I want it instead of spraying the crap out of something. Really nice. Just cleaning up squeaky hinges. I love this stuff. WD-40 precision pen. Awesome thing I picked up this year. I don't know if it came out this year, but whatever. Last two things. I just got these, but I already know they're going to be my favorites. This is a digital tape measure. I know there's a million of these on the market. I'm aware. But this one pulls out, it stays out. It's got easy to read numbers. It's easy to read the top, telling you what. Hold on, let's turn it on here. A big orange button tells you that it's on. I'm pushing the small black button. Anyway, it tells you how long the thing you're measuring is. Great, love it. But it has functions on it to calculate square footage and cubic footage for you. If you don't want to whip out your phone and do the math, or you're one-handed, or you're up on a ladder for some reason, it's doing that math for you. I just find it really, really nice. What I love about it, though, is the magnet on the end is really strong. I had a bolt here. So it's got this magnet on the end, so you can magnetize it to whatever is on the other end of what you're measuring. But look at the size of this bolt this thing holds up. This just shocked me. And you see how strong this tape is? It's not bending like you would expect it to. So I am over a foot out right now, and it hasn't bent yet. So yeah, with this bolt, there we go. 15 inches, we haven't bent yet. It's just really impressive to me. So if you're up on a ladder and drop something, you could run this thing down, grab the thing, suck it back up to you, and not have to get off the ladder because you're lazy like me. Here's a little screw. I grabbed the screw. Ah, shit, I dropped it. Anyway, just really handy having that magnet on the end. I really like this tape measure from Jorgensen, a company that's been around for a long time. I'll tell you one thing that has actually been a great thing I bought this year that is not a tool, and I'm going to take out my phone to look at it because I'm using it right now, is my DJI Pocket camera. I've been using GoPro stuff on YouTube for a number of years, and they started kind of crapping out on me all the time. The DJI has been super reliable. I've got this pocket camera, which is awesome for the size. I also picked up one of their action cameras. I don't know which video I'm going to show here. Picked up one of their action cameras. It's been super reliable, hasn't crapped out on me yet. Really in love with that. If you're going to do YouTube stuff, one of these DJI setups is honestly kind of the way to go. That's it. Those are my favorite things from 2025. Links in the description. We'll see you guys.